Vamos a ver ya que se conecte. She's here. Hola!
Hello!
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
You look great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I've done press all day, so I put lashes on, but you look beautiful. Your wing? Yes, queen.
I already have it down to a point. We've been in quarantine so long and we have to do our own hair and makeup, so I think I have it down to a T. Isa, today we are having our first happy hour. You are our first choice for us to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. For you, what does it feel? Why are you so proud to be Latinx?
I mean, it's my whole identity. I've never known anything outside of it. And am I allowed to curse on this? Yeah, right?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Great. I think we're some bomb-ass, interesting-ass people. And it's so bizarre to me that the world outside of our community doesn't see us that way, because the Latinx people in my life that I know are some of the smartest, most cultured, most talented, most artistic, most eloquent people I've ever met. And so I'm really, really proud to be a part of that group and to learn from them. And I think we have so much to offer, and I am incredibly proud of us.
Wow, I think you couldn't have said it better. And with that, what advice would you give our younger generation of Latinos who are maybe in the United States, who maybe don't feel as close to the roots as they should? How can they express themselves in their Latin community?
I think there isn't just one way to do it. I think media and ourselves, really, this community has said that only a very specific thing is Latinx, and that's not true. And we see that in our diversity. There's all kinds of Latinos and Latinas and Latinx people. We look all types of ways. We express ourselves in all types of ways. So I think if you want to get closer to your roots, absolutely go ahead, do the research, listen to our music, eat our food. I mean, the language, español, o sea, el español es el idioma más hermoso de la vida. So if you want to learn it, go ahead. But also remember that if you are Latinx, you are Latinx, even if you don't speak Spanish, even if you don't like frijoles con pollo, even if you don't like to dance salsa, like, you are still part of the community regardless.
I love that. And, I've never seen it from that point. You don't have to speak Spanish or look a certain way, but you have to be always proud of your roots. Now I want to talk about your incredible resume, because I have been a stalker since we booked you. I think that I am obsessed with every single character that you played, but especially with Elena Alvarez, because you play a Latino woman who is part of the LGBTQ plus community, and you do what we all need to include, which is representation in media and film and the entertainment industry. How important is representation in your life?
It's crucial. I am a white passing Latina who grew up in Orlando, Florida. So I had no idea that being Latina wasn't cool. I also, like, my childhood, I was in Colombia till I was 10. So all of the shows were dubbed in Spanish, and and Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato and all these girls on Disney Channel looked like me. So I assumed that the shows were about people like me. It wasn't until Jane the Virgin that I was like, oh my God, this is what people mean, because there's something so special about seeing yourself represented in media. It makes your existence feel validated. And now, being part of that representation, I realize how crucial it is for culture. There is this incredible study that was done that says that media affects policy. It's about a 10-year thing. So we see that, for example, Ellen DeGeneres came out, and about 10 years later, LGBTQ marriage was allowed in the US. And so representation is so crucial. I mean, we see it with everything going on politically right now. We see that because of the narrative that's been told about our community, a lot of people in this country have a wrong perception of us. And it makes sense in the sense of, how else would they know? Every time they see us on TV, we're either drug lords or criminals or hard-ass cops, and like all these things that, like, yes, there are people like that in our community. There's also lawyers and doctors and writers and mothers and loving fathers and all of these other people that we never get to see on TV. And so I think the representation aspect is crucial. I think it's crucial for our lives. I think it's crucial for entertainment purposes too. I have so much fun when I see the freaking Bustelo can on set. I have so much fun when we pull out the ropa vieja out of the butter thing. Like, it's just, it's fun. So I think it's important and it's essential, but it's also just a good time.
Completely. And I think it's crucial, like you said, that people like you that have a platform and a voice speak so eloquently like you do about what's going on in the world and what's going on in our country. And you've also been like a very important advocate about people to go vote, right?
Yes.
So I've seen that in your Instagram, whatever you do, your lives, everything, you are an advocate for that. What would you say for those Latinos, young Latinos who are maybe doubting to go vote or maybe doubting to get registered?
Here's the thing. People assume that politics either don't pertain them or that they're not smart enough to be able to grasp it, and so they're scared. With She Se Puede, which is this incredible thing that Eva Longoria and America Ferrera and a bunch of other incredible women started, we've been talking a lot about the statistics of especially the young Latinx vote, because there are so many of us. We are crucial, and that's what they don't want us to know. We can turn this election around. Voting is hard. Voting is scary. It's also so important, and there are so many resources. If you want to follow She Se Puede, it helps you break down everything going on right now a little easier. There's also another site that I'm blanking on right now, but I will go on my stories and post about it right after this if you guys want to check. That breaks down your ballot. It breaks down your ballot. It's super digestible information. It helps you. It's not partisan. We're not endorsing one side or the other. We're just saying, please register and go vote. So many countries wish they had that privilege of getting to have their voices heard. And you get a cool sticker. You get to go do this thing that's awesome. You get to change the world in the way that you want it. I mean, I personally, honestly, had no idea how important smaller elections are, and we talk about this on One Day at a Time, how you always think like the presidential election is the biggest one.
It's the only one that matters, but no.
The only one that matters, and it matters. Please register to vote. Please vote. Please vote for this election.
All I'm going to say is Isabella Gomez for president, because honestly, I've had so many interviews and I've had so many IG lives, and I'm completely blown away with how you speak and how educated you are about every single question that I've asked you. So I am like, honestly, and I'm just looking at you and be like, yes, I need her every day to do like a PSA of, hey, this is what's going on today. You mentioned She Se Puede, and I've seen it everywhere. Every single Latinx or Latina celebrity has posted something about it. Even people from Telemundo I've seen that do it. So how did you get into that? Did you just receive a call from like Eva Longoria, like, hey, Isa, would you want to join us?
God, I wish. I will pick up the phone anytime Eva Longoria calls. This actually, I think, stemmed from Fiercely Latina, which was a group we also had that started with Gina Rodriguez and America Ferrera. It started because they realized that there were two incredibly powerful, talented Latinas in Hollywood who had never sat down and had lunch together. Because this industry and our community and the world tells us that there's room for one Latina, and if that, and we're in competition. And they said, no. We are so much stronger together. Latinas are badass. They're so much fun. And so they started getting these groups of us. And because Gina and America were so close to Justina Machado and Gloria Calderon-Kellett, who are my showrunner and my castmate, I was included into that. And I've been very privileged to be in those rooms ever since. So when eventually She Se Puede came about, they, of course, included me. And I feel it's the coolest thing to sit amongst a group of Latinas who just want to uplift each other and to inform each other and to be each other's advocate. It's the coolest, and it's cool because we've never seen it. We're so used to being like, no, like I have to be like, no. There's room for all of us, and you know what? We'll make our own damn table. We don't need a seat at yours. We'll make our own, and we'll fill it up with all this talent that we have. So that's how that came to be.
How can we be a part of that? Like, can regular, not super powerful Latinas be a part of it? Like, can I go and be like, I want to post a picture and say She Se Puede, or how can we get involved in that?
That is what we want. So the thing is, we always start with the industry in the sense of we're the ones that have platforms so we can get the thing out. But it's the same kind of concept as the Me Too movement and all of that, where we want everybody to be involved. So I'm pretty sure that there is a filter that people can use, but we absolutely encourage all the Latinas, all the Latinx freaking people to get in there and tell us their She Se Puede moment and talk about their accomplishments. And own their stuff, man. Like, we are so conditioned to bow our heads and be humble and do this thing and that. If you've done cool shit, go ahead and flaunt it. And cool shit can also just mean you're surviving a pandemic.
Yes.
And you're taking care of yourself and you're still here. Congrats. She se puede.
She se puede. Me parece increíble, me parece maravilloso, me parece inspirador. Y ahora, I have to ask you about Rita Moreno, because people who don't know here, Rita Moreno is the only Latina who has an EGOT, which is an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony, and you got to work with her on set. How magical was that?
I mean, she is everything you expect her to be and so much more. It's really interesting because I didn't realize how big of a deal Rita was at first. Like, I knew she was an EGOT, but like, I was 18 years old when I booked the show. What did I know?
Yeah.
And thank God, because I got to know her as a human. And she, aside from being a powerhouse and one of the most talented women on earth, and just like this little ball of freaking genius, she's also funny and curious and childlike, and she's goofy and funny, and she has all of these things that I think, especially in this industry, we forget that actors are humans. Totally. And she is so human in the most unapologetic, delicious way, with also having this like old Hollywood vibe to her. I mean,
she's regal. She's beautiful.
She's regal. She's majestic, and her and Justina have this thing about them. When the cameras yell action, when the cameras start rolling, I mean, and they yell action, they fill up a room in a way that you don't learn how to do that. Like, you're just born with that. And both of those women have it, and it is the biggest privilege of my life to be in a scene with them.
That's awesome, and I couldn't be more jealous. What have you been working on this pandemic? Because obviously it's been tough, especially the first months. At least for me, were like horrifying, and now we can at least get some rhythm back. We're working on more stuff. What are you working on?
Girl,
everything.
Nothing.
No.
No, I'm working on my fitness. This pandemic has been long enough that I got really fit, and then I got real not fit and was eating crazy and eating my feelings, which is fine. I just, for my heart health and for all of that, I'm trying to get back into that. And then I also recently started college classes.
Nice.
So I say college classes because, you guys, college is hard as shit. And I don't know that I could do it while working full time. I know a lot of people can. For me, I really value my self-care time. And so because I knew that there wasn't going to be a ton going on for the rest of the year, I signed up for a couple classes, and I'm going to slowly work away at it until I get a degree or until I get tired, to like whatever. I'm not committed to anything, but I'm taking a couple of classes right now, which are taking up 98% of my time.
Wow, but I think that's amazing, because I think there's a lot of people that are going through kind of the same. They're in college, they're trying to deal with this online classing, trying to have a life, trying to survive a pandemic, which, like you said, we're all going through, which has been hard AF.
Yes.
So congratulations on that. And the fitness thing, I'm with you, girl. I got super fit at the beginning. I'm like jumping the rope, doing bar classes, and then there were 2 months. They're like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill for a while. So now, right now I'm in Mexico on vacation. So I've eaten everything that I could imagine eating in 9 months. Now that I'm here, but now let's get ready to play a game. This is the Hispanic Heritage Month Quickfire.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you a couple of things, and you just have to answer the quickest thing that comes to mind. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Sing your favorite song in Spanish.
Oh God, I'm so bad at quickfire stuff. I want to. Gloria Estefan came to mind, but which one? God.
What about "Come on, Everybody"?
You know what just came to mind?
Which one?
What were you singing?
The conga.
The conga. This came to mind because this one my dad really likes. I don't know who sings this. Is it Gloria Estefan? I'm so bad at music, but it's not Gloria Estefan. Que la vida es un carnaval.
It's Celia Cruz.
Celia Cruz. That's what it is. I'm like, that's not Gloria.
So
oh
good.
my God.
That's an im. I love it. Okay. Who is your favorite Hispanic actor or actress?
Justina Machado.
Good answer. What is your favorite Hispanic dish?
Bandeja paisa.
Oh
guys,
my God, so good.
If you can get your hands on a bandeja paisa, I 10 out of 10 do recommend.
All right. What is your favorite Colombian phrase?
No jodas, huevón.
That's perfect for every single time in life. Okay, what is your favorite place in Latin America?
Medellin.
So good. And you know, I love your accent so much is that if a guy speaks to me in that accent, and I'm like melting. You guys have that for you.
It's real dangerous for me to go to Medellin because I'm just like, babiada. O sea, it's, they will wreck your life, but they
Speak to us a little in your Medellin accent.
¿Qué quieres que te diga? La gente siempre me dice que hablo en español y nunca sé. Y también cuando hablo en español se me baja la voz y es más deep. Y no sé por qué, pero ahí está.
You can say, hola bebé, ¿qué más pues?
Maluma baby, hola bebé, ¿qué más pues?
I would die. Like, I would have no chance in Medellin. All right, next one. What is your favorite Latin custom in your family?
I really like Christmas. When it's Christmas time, I don't know if this is actually Latin, but everybody in Medellin does it. For New Year's and for Christmas time, there's a bunch of different things that we do. Mm-hmm. I would say actually specifically for New Year's, yellow underwear inside out for good luck. And you take your luggage, and at midnight you go and do a lap around the block to for prosperity and for travel and for all of that. And we quemamos el año viejo, so we do like a doll que está llena de paja, and at midnight you burn the año viejo, and some people will put like stuff they want to leave behind in that year. So if you say like, I no longer want to be ashamed of my body, and you put it in there and you burn it so you can cleanse and come into the new year.
All right, so everyone who's connected here, we're going to do this ritual at New Year's, and we're going to leave everything that we left behind, everything that we say to ourselves that doesn't matter. It's going to be gone because 2020, I can't wait for it to be gone. All right, next one. The best advice your abuelita or abuelito have given you?
Ooh. Be organized. My grandpa is an organization freak, and I fought it for very, very long. And I think now that I'm getting a little older, I understand the value of knowing where everything is and doing everything as soon as you can and keeping everything in order.
That's a good one. I need that one for myself as well. Okay, finish this phrase. All Latinos are?
Badass.
Yes. And in 3 words, how would you describe yourself?
Ooh. Oh, God, I always hate this question. I would say empathetic. I'm an empath to a fault. Mm-hmm. I am fiercely loyal, and I am goofy.
I love that. I feel like I'm speaking to a friend that I've known for years, but now we're just like talking about serious stuff, but fun stuff also. All right. What is the funniest thing about growing in a Hispanic home?
The funniest?
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact that people, whenever I had like my non-Latinx friends come over, they always assumed that we were fighting or that somebody was angry because we're just loud. Yes, we're just loud. We're passionate. We talk with our hands. Like we just move a lot, and everybody was always like, and I'm like, oh no. This is just how we speak.
I think this is a perfect way to end this live because I think this is the moment to be loud as women, to be loud as Latinx, to be loud as the LGBTQ plus community, to be loud to fight for all Black Lives Matter and everything that's going on right now. I think this is a moment to be loud, and I think that you're being loud and you're being funny and you're being so talented and you're growing so much. And from Latinx, the whole family, we wish you nothing but the best. I think success is coming your way, fast-tracked, and we are so grateful to having you today and to start our Hispanic Heritage Month with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and for doing this. I can't wait to watch the next ones.
So you'll see them every Wednesday at 6:30 here in Latinx Now, and have a great rest of your week. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you everyone who's connected. I see people from Brazil, people from Mexico, people from Colombia. So anything you want to say to the family before we head out?
Register to vote. And love yourselves, have some grace with yourself, take care of yourself, but also register to vote.
I think that's perfect. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you hopefully very soon.
For sure. Have fun in Mexico.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Ustedes ya saben que acá en Latinx Now les tenemos todos los news de absolutamente todos los artistas latinxers y los que no también.
That's right. Ozuna, Bad Bunny, Anuel, hasta Sofía Vergara makes an appearance every once in a while.
Quieren estar súper enterados de todos ellos y más, ya saben, suscríbanse, that's it, subscribe, go now, por favor.
Bye.